to inject a little bit of optimism into the conversation, I think the good news is there is an entire generation of young people, and maybe it's not us, and shame on us for not dealing with this. And Joe, you and I have talked about this. In 50 years, people will look back and say, were you guys insane? You let this become your culture where people just died going to grocery stores and going to school and everything else. There's an entire generation, conservative, progressive, Democrat, Republican, who has lived through this, who has experienced it, some of them going through shootings, multiple shootings, and they're just not going to stand for it. They're going to do something about it. So I hate to say we may have to wait a little while, but I do believe help is on the way in a generation that has lived through this crazy violence that somehow we accept in our culture.
I agree in the two issues that Jackie brought up. You have guns and abortion. Interestingly enough, those are two issues that Republicans used to use against Democrats to show they were out of touch with mainstream America. Now it is Republicans who are out of touch with mainstream America. And you look at any poll.
A Fox News poll last Thursday.
You look
Fox News poll, 80+% for background checks and everything else, 61% for an assault weapons ban.
Times have changed.
77%. If you're driving, 77% of this Fox News poll want a 30-day waiting period. 80% want red flag laws. I was so struck by how screwed up the gun culture is that you had the Tennessee governor trying to move after the slaughter of little children in a Christian school there, apologizing for trying to pass something that was like a red flag law. And he said, I'm not going to use red flag law because that's a provocation. That's just a term people invented to provoke. I said, really? 80%, keep those numbers up. 80% of Americans support red flag laws. And people in these little bubbles that listen to gun lobbyists and listen to the most extreme legislators who listen to gun lobbyists and gun manufacturers and hedge fund managers who make money off of guns that kill people. They try to make red flag laws a bad phrase. No, 80% of Americans want red flag laws. 80% of Americans want health care checks, mental health care checks as requirements for getting guns. 81%, 21, minimum age requirement for purchasing guns. 81%, this is radical, want to actually enforce existing gun laws. Republicans don't like that, so they usually defund the agencies that can do that. 87% support background checks. And yes, Gene, a majority of Americans support the banning of military-style weapons. What are military-style weapons? Weapons designed for war to be more efficient killers of the Vietnamese than the guns that our troops were taking over to Southeast Asia.
I just want to refer everyone to this extraordinary journalism that our news site at the Washington Post did earlier this year about what the difference is between what a round from an AR-15 military weapon does as opposed to a round from a handgun. And it's the difference between a wound that might be survivable with a handgun and that is not survivable because of the high velocity of these rounds from these assault rifles. It's a different thing. These are killing machines. That's the only reason.
The thing is, Gene, they're killing. The thing is, let's be really clear. As somebody that has guns and knows guns, they're killing machines that kill multiple human beings at a time. If you want to kill some, not to be too graphic, if you want to kill somebody that's coming to your house, you talk to any sheriff, you talk to any law enforcement officer, they'll say, get a shotgun, and when they walk through the door, aim at the frame of the door. Can't miss. It is the most efficient defender of a household there is. Not an AR-15. AR-15s aren't for defending homes. They're going out for mass slaughters. Supposed to be in the jungles of Vietnam, supposed to be in other countries where our troops go to war. Now they're in supermarkets. Now they're in first grade schools. Now they're in America. And this is a choice, Americans, that you're making if you don't say no to this.
We will continue this conversation coming.